Hey guys, sup? Cardmaster Phoenix here, and today I'm going to be bringing to you guys my personal Invoked Secrets deck profile. So, I already made a video like this once, however it sadly kind of fell through because I had cut out the audio, or the audio had gotten cut out somehow, so I'm just here to go ahead and fix that for you guys. So, to start us off, there are a lot of personal attacks in the deck that I will explain when I get to them. First off, Triple Lone Fire Blossom. This is really just here to get us into our Homunculus, the Alchemic Being. Just to help change the attribute, get literally whichever invoked monster we want out. Next up, 3, Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. Some people call him Blue Boy. When it's normal summon or flipped face up, add one Spellbook and same spell from your deck to the hand. Usually, what I'll do is I'll use Spellbook as my normal summon for the turn. Search out Spellbook of Secrets. Use Spellbook of Secrets to search out my Spellbook of Knowledge if I don't already have it. To kind of just pop him to draw 2. And then it's like a free +1. Sometimes use it for Spellbook of Organization. Or, alternatively, if I don't have Blue Boy in my opening hand, I'll use Spellbook of Secrets to search out Spellbook Magician Prophecy. So basically what I'll do then is I'll use Secrets into Blue Boy into Knowledge into a +1, and then either Organization or whatever I do from there. Next up, I have 3 copies of Alistair the Invoker. During either player's turn, it's a hand trap to target a fusion monster. Control it, gains 1 attack and defense until the end of the turn. I actually was in a coincidence where I was fighting a Blue Eyes player, and they had like what was it, 5 cards on their field or something. His base is 2,300 and he gains 200 per, so let's see, that was 25, 27, 29, 31. See, he had like 4 cards on his field, so it was his 4k versus my 31k, and then I had just enough to swing over by discarding that, that made it 41 to 4k, and he died, and of course, he took the extra 100 points of damage, and my Progatio survived, so that's just amazing. Also, he's your searcher for the deck also. He just allows you to search out your invocation, and I just really like to focus on 2 things, especially in this deck, and that's my searching power and my drawing power. Those 2 things together is what really makes my deck super consistent, and I'm always deck thinning. It really helps get me to the cards I need. And it helps me alternatively get rid of the cards I don't want, like say a dead Spellbook of Wisdom, or just cards like that. I do run 50 cards intentionally so I don't deck myself out, because at 50 it's never happened to me. But even at cards where it was like 47, one time I was running a 45 card, well, a 40 card deck, I just decked myself out way too fast. At 45 cards, I ended up, because I used 2 desires, I negged myself 9 too hard, and because of extra desires, I screwed myself over. So it was like 44, and I had 1 card left in deck. I drew, and of course it was my desires, so I was screwed. So don't ever let that happen to you. Next up, we are running triple Homunculus, the Alchemic Being. This is purely for the attribute changer. You get this off with Lone Fire, summon that, tribute it, and after popping that, you go straight into Homunculus. This just works with any attribute you want, so this is great. That's really the only monsters I run. It's a pretty small monster lineup, so there's that. Moving on to spells, I'm running triple Terraforming to help search out my Magical Meltdowns. It's really its only purpose. I also run triple Magical Meltdowns, of course, because when this card's activated, I search Alistair the Invoker from deck to hand, and The activation of your opponent's cards and effects that include effective fusion summons a fusion monster cannot be negated, meaning if I use Invocation, it can't be negated. Also, your opponent's card and effects cannot activate when a monster is fusion summoned this way, so they can't strike it. They just gotta eat it, basically, and you can only activate one per turn. So, say I end up with Terraforming and a Spellbook of Secrets. I'll use Terraforming, I'll use my Terraforming into my Magical Meltdown into Alistair into my Invocation, and then I'll use Spellbook of Secrets into Blue Boy, and have that in hand for next turn. When I summon him, I'll switch out my Knowledge, and I'll use Knowledge to draw 2, and get rid of him, that way I don't take the damage anyway. Because he's going to die anyway, so why not get the +2 off of it? Because Alistair is never going to be your target for this. You should never be so desperate for a +1 where you sacrifice your Alistair. Your goal is to get him banished by any means possible. I call it fusion recycling, because it's basically what it is. Which brings us into our next card. My playset of Invocations, the short print Secret Rare, and Fusion Enforcers. Fusion Enforcers, by the way, is the ultimate booster box for this. Just the ultimate set for this. Everything I want in here gets reprinted. Lonefire Blossom, reprinted as a super. Homunculus, reprinted as a super. You get your triple Magical Meltdown, triple Invocation. Like, everything you could possibly want is in here. I mean, it's just so good. The entire extra deck, everything. It's amazing. So basically what you do is you'll use Invocation, you'll banish your Alistair and one card from your player's graveyard, which basically just nullifies any effects it would have in grave. Your Mizukis, I mean anything. The White Stone of Legends, the Black Stone of Legends, Last Black Dragon, Blue as White Dragon, so I can't. Silver's Cry. There is so many combos you can do with this. And then you still end up with an Invocation monster, and with its effect once per turn, you can not only add Alistair from your banished zone back to your hand, but you can also shuffle back your Invocation into the deck. So as long as you have Invocation monsters, you can just keep on and on and on and on and on fusion summoning, to the point where you have an entire board full of Invoked monsters, and they sit there like, So, like, what do I do now? What do I do with my entire deck of cards I spent the past 5 turns trying to build up a decent countermeasure to? I'm like, you know what, bro? Just pitch it. And they're just like, yeah. For those of you guys who don't know, pitch it just means to show it up your, yeah. Anyway, moving on, we got 3 copies of Twin Twisters. You discard 1, pop 2. I prefer it over Storm Duster, because it's a lot faster. It's a spell card. It's a quick play. You can activate it pretty much whenever. You can use it to chain. Like if I'm using it to get rid of, say, the applications for this are endless. If I need a fire monster in the grave to banish, I'll get rid of my dead draw Lone Fire, pop 2. Pop face downs, pop anything really. Union Hanger, you name it, just anything. It's gone. Triple Spellbook of Secrets to search out for the combos that I've already said. My personal tech for the deck, well, gotta get another personal tech for the deck. Triple Spellbook Organization. This card has only been printed once in the Haunted Series Gold line, but I really love this card. Basically, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, rearrange them in any order. It's basically like OTT for Cardfight Vanguard, where they just specialize in rearranging your deck in the order you want them to be in. That way you can predict what you're going to draw perfectly. It's basically kind of reverse Spiral, where they'll intentionally look at your deck and rearrange it with drone however they want. That way they can, quote-unquote, predict what you're going to draw. Like what's at the top of your deck, but really they know because of that 2-card combo. But that's what I like using that for. I remember one time, God forbid, I had like 8 in deck. I used this, and then I looked at the top 3 cards, and of course, all of them were Invocations. So I'm like, well, it doesn't matter. So it's like 1, 2, 3, and boom, and there's that. I also have triple Spellbook of Knowledge because, I mean, there's no reason not to. It's just, it's the best. Before this card came out, I was running triple Spellbook of the Masters for recovery into Spellbook Secrets, but then I sided that out at first, and I just took it out completely, because that was where the deck thinning just screwed me over. Like, I'm serious about my work, guys. If I say I'm gonna deck thin half my deck in a turn, I'm serious. I mean, one time the game didn't last 5 turns because between all the cards I was drawing and milling and everything, it was just gone. I mean, I was gone. I don't think I've ever decked myself out so hard. Like, they would think I was the most advanced Light Swarm player ever. Like, dude, with all them mills, whew. Anyway, triple Spellbook of Wisdom. This is just in case they do somehow have an out to your Alistair or your Blue Boy. This is just to kind of negate that and get it over with. Then the ultimate neg 9 here, Pot of Desires. This is just banish 10, draw 2. Pretty standard staple for the deck. 1 bottomless, 1 warning, triple strike, triple cylinder, and triple quaking mirror force. I used to always run mirror, but now I run quaking. Just because it's a lot easier to use, it helps with a lot more. Moving on into the extra deck, I actually find that Caliga is a bit of a hindrance to my strategy, just because I don't feel good only being able to attack one monster per turn. I mean, I don't. He just kind of hinders my gameplay, to be honest. So I still keep him at 1, but you know, whatever. It's all good. Moving on, triple Origin, however you want to say it. Once per turn, built-in Book of Moon. Pretty standard, very good. Who has to be my personal favorite? Triple Invoked Purgatrio. This card just, Purgatrio allows you to, gain 200 for each card your opponent controls. It doesn't matter if it's face up, face down, set, it doesn't matter, it counts towards it. And it inflicts piercing battle damage, so it's the ultimate offensive monster. You have Invoked Cocytus, who is basically a big Bing K of the deck. Can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects and cannot target this card with card effects. This card can attack when face defense position. However, if it does, apply its attack for damage calculation rather than its defense, like with Bing K. So it's a bit worse, but I mean, who cares? Who cares? Or it's better. Triple Invoked Elysium. This is just amazing. While face up on the field, it cancels literally every other element. Once per turn, you play your turn, target one invoked monster, instant monster you control, or in your graveyard, banish it, along with all monsters your opponent controls with the same attribute as that monster. So, if they're running Chaos Blue Eyes, boom, gone by banishing your Alistair, and of course that sets off your invocation plays. If they're running, oh my god, I remember one time I was fighting this ABC player. He was so tryhard, he had his entire playset of ABC Dragon Buster out, and he also had like, like, you know, your Tsukuyomi, your Pallades, and I was just like, no, just, no. I said, screw you, screw that, screw your field, return it all, just return it all back to your banishment, get it out my face, GTFO. And you're like, oh yeah, okay. And that was the end of that. He just quit after that. After that, we have triple Invoked Mechaba as the final card. Once per turn, whenever a spell or trap card or a monster effect is activated, you can send the same type of card, monster, spell, or trap, of the corresponding type from your hand to the grave. Negate the activation if you do. Banish. Not destroy, banish. Also, it does not put on the card text that it targets, therefore it does not target. So, that's amazing. With that being said, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. That being said, I've been your host, Cardmaster Phoenix, signing out. See you guys next time. Have a good one.